Statement in English. We, Denmark, Greece, Guyana, Panama, Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone, Slovenia, the United Kingdom, and my own country, France, also signatories of the shared commitments on women, peace, and security, commit to improving the situation of women and girls in South Sudan. We are concerned about the recent escalation of tensions in South Sudan. We urge the transitional government to use the latest two-year extension to create the conditions for transparent, free, and fair elections. To elaborate through an inclusive process a permanent constitution that reflects the will of the people, and to fully implement the commitments made in the 2018 revitalized peace agreement. As this year marks the 25th anniversary of the Women, Peace and Security Agenda and the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, we would like to emphasize three aspects. First, we must work to ensure the full, equal, meaningful, and safe participation and leadership of women at all levels in South Sudan and the region, including in electoral processes, as voters, candidates, or electoral observers. The commitments made by the transitional government in the peace agreement for a 35% quota for women in institutions must be implemented. We recognize the critical contribution of women organizations to promoting peace, stability, social cohesion, and governance reforms, and we highlight the need to support these capacities. Second, we condemn, in the strongest terms, all acts of sexual and gender-based violence targeting women and girls in South Sudan. We must accelerate our efforts to address this violence in a context where it is exacerbated by subnational conflicts, the dire economic and humanitarian situation, climate change, and the vulnerability of the more than 1 million people fleeing the conflict in Sudan and seeking refuge in South Sudan. In the effort to fight impunity, we must encourage and support the national authorities in implementing the joint action plans for the armed forces and the police on addressing conflict-related sexual violence. We welcome the efforts of the national jurisdictions, including the martial and mobile courts. We urge the authorities to do more to facilitate access to justice and hold the perpetrators, regardless of their rank or affiliation, to account, in line with the commitments made in the peace agreement. We further call on the international community to support women's organizations on the ground, which deliver crucial aid and support to victims and survivors. Third, we must work to promote an approach based on the rights of women and girls in South Sudan, in line with the international human rights conventions the country has ratified. We call upon all parties in the region to fully respect international humanitarian law and the international human rights law, as well as to protect human rights defenders and prevent reprisals. On all these aspects, we commend the work executed by the courageous personnel of the United Nations mission in South Sudan, UNMISS. We emphasize the crucial role played by the mission's women protection advisors, gender advisors, and women in uniform. We condemn, in the strongest terms, any attack or threat directed against UNMISS personnel. We stress the importance of UNMISS having the necessary capacities to operate and the transitional government fully cooperating with the mission. We will continue to actively engage in the current negotiation on the renewal of UNMISS's mandate with a view to its full renewal and to further integrating the women, peace and security agenda therein. Thank you, and thank you very much, colleagues, for this declaration, which gathers all of us.
Can I ask you how concretely you're going to protect women in countries at war or in conflict? You know that the factors are not going to protect women. So how are we going to do that?
All the colleagues have joined in this declaration, and I'm ready to talk bilaterally with you, but as a member of this group, I should not add anything. Thank you very much.